Hello, everybody. This is the
Episode 10.
Neighborhood Watch, episode 10. We got the whole crew tonight.
Neighborhood Watch coming at you on a Labor Day weekend.
I'm Matt.
I'm Pat.
I'm Brett.
And I'm Abe.
Silencer.
The silencer, the wingman,
wingman,
the
Wingman.
leader, and the shadow. You'll understand, right? Because you just saw the intro. We put together a new thing in front of our videos because
Yes.
we're high
Intro.
scale now,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, we're getting there with this whole editing thing and video, and we thank you for the responses and just keeping it. I never thought we'd make it 10
No,
episodes.
10 episodes,
episodes,
man, and
wow.
we're not canceled
Yeah.
yet. So
Fantastic.
it's great. So, Brett, welcome back.
Amazing. Yes.
Welcome back. He's been on assignment on the East Coast a lot, doing some things on other neighborhoods.
Yes.
And he's going to talk about
You
that
know,
later.
he's a
Data.
retired Marine. You don't mess with
Yeah.
him. He goes deep into the shadows.
And I'd like to do one thing real quick, guys. Yesterday, one of our members' birthday.
Happy
Abe.
birthday.
Abe's birthday yesterday. Big man
Abe,
right there.
bring it
Happy
over here.
birthday, Abe.
Big Abe's birthday.
Yeah,
What do
thank
you got to
you.
say about that? 28?
Yeah.
29?
Yeah,
All right.
it's epic.
There you go. Epic. Good birthday, Abe. We
All
had
right.
some celebratory
cupcakes.
things last night.
Yeah.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes,
Made
All
by
right.
his daughter.
All right, Pat. Start us
We got
off,
a
man.
lot going on this week. Again, crime is down. Okay, crime. There's no reports of break-ins, car thefts, bike stealings, which is great. But we do have a hot issue, and it's speeding BMWs in the neighborhood, and one BMW in particular. So I'd like to talk about this just to get to the bottom of it. What are your thoughts on this post?
This makes me nervous because we've got kids going to high school
Right.
around down the street, and if that's an accident waiting to happen, what do you think, Brett?
I'm really glad this post came out because this is something we really need to talk about.
So
there's a
Brett,
problem.
I mean, we all live on the same street, close to Cal High. We see these speeding kids all the time, right? They zip up and
we
down
do.
the streets.
It's not just the kids. I would say a lot of parents do it as well.
Right.
They're speeding. They're gotta drop their kids off. They're late
for work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's scary. Someone's gonna get hurt. There's a lot of cars go through here, and there's a lot of people around.
That's right. And we got young kids on this neighborhood, right? Right, Abe?
That's right.
Very young kids.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think the more we talk about it, hopefully, people will slow down and have some more conversations about it.
Right.
Right.
My whole thing is slow down, everybody. Like we talked about last week, you really don't have to be that in a place that fast. Slow down, and if you have a teen driver, encourage them to slow down. Look, we were all teenagers once. We were driving fast, and what really brought a lot of hype to the post was, that people start to get angry when they respond to each other and calling each other out. I just think, look, you just talk to your teen driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And especially your teen driver that has a BMW, because I mean,
Short
I had a
81
Honda Civic in 1992. Okay, so if you got a BMW, and the post said brand new BMW, so that's, I don't know, maybe it's kids should be in Danville.
all right. So yeah, the moral of the story is, guys, keep it safe. We got young kids, and
We don't want anybody to
no
get
accidents.
hurt, right?
And in fact,
Nobody getting
last
hurt.
week there was an accident, or 2 weeks ago maybe, down
Yeah.
by the accidents and
Three car pile up.
Yeah.
On a residential street.
Yeah, we
Not
don't
good.
need that, man.
No.
So keep it classy, Santa
What do you
Rosa.
think about speed, Abe?
Slow down.
Slow down.
And isn't the saying, speed kills?
And believe me, if it was my kid driving, I'd want somebody to post it on Nextdoor, because I would definitely have a conversation with them. So good job.
Yes, thank you for that
Right.
post. All right, I'm looking at the agenda here. I see bikes, man.
Bike safety was a big one this week, and somebody posted a question, and it's a valid question. Do cyclists, and by the way, I've learned to call them cyclists, because if you call them bikers,
Oh, they're like motorcycles.
then they think they're driving Harleys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's good.
cyclists are
Good
very
line.
offended if you call them bikers. But I've cycled before. Do cyclists have to obey the same rules as motor vehicle drivers in California?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? I mean, anytime I took the driver's license test, it said bikers must obey the rules of the law of the road.
Bikers and cyclists.
That's right.
Both.
Bikers and cyclists. You're
Yeah.
right. Thank you for that, Brett.
Yeah, you got it.
And again, this Abe, do you ride a bike?
I do cycle from
Okay.
time to time.
And how do you feel out on the roads?
Well, I keep it, keep it safe.
Keep it safe?
Yeah.
Okay, do you ever feel
Scared.
threatened though?
I usually stick to the bike paths a lot, but if I'm
Okay.
on the road with the kids, yes, I do.
Okay.
Especially with the kids.
Right. And that's a good point. There's kids out there, and I put a response in the post, and I said, listen, we're very fortunate to be in an area where we can cycle, run, walk almost all year long. We're used to seeing cyclists out on the roads here, so it's just a matter of we have to share the roads with them as drivers, and they need to be aware and share the roads with us. And you just got to make eye contact, be safe. If you're not sure, then let the other person go. But listen, first-hand experience, many moons ago, many moons ago, yours truly got a ticket for running a stop sign on a bike. $50.
Wow. Now that's
And
probably
I was-
$400.
I was in college. I couldn't afford it. That was 10 hours of community service that I will never ever forget.
Wow. So that's
And I do always regret.
it's a good story.
It taught me a lesson.
Taught you a lesson.
All right.
Be kind to people out
Be
there.
kind.
Smile and wave.
All right. Well, guess what? We're back on another. We did this once before, the arrest log.
Oh yeah, we got to get into the arrest log here. San Ramon PD does a great job of just bringing in criminals. They're getting the bad boys. I love this.
Very reggae.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they
I texted SRPD today with concern. They responded right away. So know that.
Nice. And we've got a couple of their
Yes,
responses,
here
right?
is your weekly arrest log.
All right.
for
Start
the
with
San
you.
Ramon Police Department.
so why are you
And there's a
acting
common
like
theme in all of
bloody
these,
fool?
so
If you
let's
get
go.
hot, then you must get
This was
cool,
last
bad
week,
boy.
Tuesday, August 22nd. In the afternoon, a 26-year-old male was arrested for shoplifting. Don't steal in my town, or his town,
Or all town.
or his town,
Not his town.
or his town.
not
You're
Abe's
used
town.
to the selfie stick, but it's great. Okay. In the evening, on the very same day, a 65-year-old male was arrested for driving while under the influence.
Of what?
Alcohol.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Okay, that's my report.
All right.
Who's
I think
next?
Gabe's next.
And then on Wednesday, we had a 68-year-old male arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol as well.
So that's a common theme, like
Yeah, I think so.
people in their 60s driving under the influence.
During the day.
Was that all you had on your day?
Yep.
Okay.
I think
Who's
Brett's
next? Brett?
I have on Saturday, August 26th, in the early morning, a 29-year-old male was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. And in the morning, a 50-year-old male was arrested for resisting arrest.
Oh, don't resist arrest.
Don't resist arrest.
Just-
And don't drink and drive.
Right.
Or, yeah, alcohol.
Well, that's true.
Matt, what's your update
Well,
on the
my
arrest
update,
log?
guys, in the arrest log is on Sunday, August 27th. Guys, in the afternoon, a 56-year-old male was arrested for driving while under the influence of alcohol. And in the evening, a 57-year-old male was arrested for driving while under the influence of alcohol and a hit and run. Wow.
Okay, don't hit and run. That's bad game number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit and run. If you're gonna,
And don't drive if you've been drinking. I think, here's my theory on this. All these people were in their 50s and 60s. And I'm just not trying to, what I'm trying to say is, well,
What are you
Brett's in
trying
his
to
50s. And
29. My dad
Abe
was
might be,
29.
we don't know.
So it's
yeah.
starts young.
What I'm trying to say is, maybe they're not familiar with the technology out there, like us and the millennials, like Uber or Lyft, and you can call a taxi, but that's kind of a pain. But listen, Uber and Lyft are great apps to put on your phone. If you don't know how to use them, we can even show you, get you set up.
Yeah.
Because we want a safer neighborhood, and it starts there, right? If you're out and you have a couple, sometimes you might feel like you're okay to drive, but you should just
It's always better to just click that
just
button.
hands up, and click the button and call Uber or Lyft. They
Just
get
like
you
this.
home anywhere in San Ramon for
And guess
Done.
what? Now
Like
they're picking me up
$10.
in 6 minutes.
Yep.
$10
And you can
versus
watch it
a
drive to you.
possible
Yeah.
injury and
When it just like all
$20,000 in
confused.
fines, right? I mean,
Yeah,
DUIs
it's
are
not worth it.
expensive.
So $10 for that, or you rest your
Uber.
life in jail because you killed somebody. And yeah, we don't want that.
And Uber and Lyft have not sponsored us. We're
no,
just promoting
but
safety.
we are. We'll take it.
Users salute.
Right. If you want to sponsor us, we're ready.
So and also it takes me to heat, guys. The heat's
It's
back.
hot. How hot is it,
Oh.
Abe?
It's very hot.
I mean, Abe's from the East Coast.
Yeah, it's just super.
You ever
hot.
seen anything like this?
No, it's gonna get even hotter tomorrow.
How hot?
Like 110, 114.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
All right.
Brutal.
What's your plan?
My plan is to get out of town for the weekend, which is Labor Day weekend.
And my plan is also to get out of town, but I'm going to Fresno, which is hotter than
Right.
it's here. So lucky me.
Are we posting this on Sunday, though, or posting
Yes,
it tonight?
we post
Okay.
this on Sunday, but we'll let you know
This is
how our
our,
trip
this
was.
is, I hope you guys have good Labor Day plans. All right.
Yeah, and leads us to the next door etiquette.
Did
right?
we ask Brett?
Oh,
what his
Brett.
plans
Yeah,
were?
yeah. What are your plans?
I'm going out of town as well.
He's
Yeah.
going out of town. We're all going out of town.
Yeah.
So if you're neighbors of ours,
My pool is
make
ready.
sure you watch
Yeah.
for suspicious
We'll have,
activity.
we'll have people home and a German Shepherd. So.
Which I want to bring up a point before we get into the etiquette of this is very important. If you are going out of town for an extended period, I know a lot of people don't receive the paper anymore, but if you do, have your neighbors pick it up for you. So I know burglars and thieves look for houses that have like 4 or 5 papers because then they know you're not home.
Yep.
Have somebody get your mail. Make it look like you are still at home.
Well, I think the
Leave a
number
light
one
on,
thing is
timers.
to tell a neighbor.
Tell a neighbor.
Tell a
right?
neighbor. So good thing we're not leaving till Sunday, or not posting this till Sunday, because they'll know
Right.
we're gone.
Right, so you're gonna have about 15 hours to
Yeah,
get in.
yeah.
All right.
So that's it.
So
All right, etiquette.
etiquette. We talked a lot about etiquette last week.
We got a lot of good comments about how they like that.
A lot of feedback, a lot of good comments. A few more tips, at least things that people said that they'd like to hear. And the number one thing for me that I got on my PM was when you respond, not only, we talked a lot about don't call people out and be neighborly. We're all here to make our point and be nice. My number one thing is don't respond to somebody in all caps. Like, I've seen a few posts where somebody responds and it's 2 lines of capital letters like you're yelling, and you shouldn't have to yell at your neighbor, right?
No,
What
not
are you
at
looking
all. I'm looking at one of the person's PM'd.
Okay,
I want to
yeah.
get a comment.
I don't want to call people out, but yeah. I mean, when you get an email at work and it's in all caps, how do you feel?
Well, I've never gotten one at work, but I would think I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I get an email from my neighbor
They think they're
and it's
mad.
in all caps, I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap. But
Going
I've
on the
seen,
defensive.
a lot of these posts back and forth, people get heated and start getting personal, and it shouldn't be like that. Stick to the subject matter, and if you have an opinion, express it, but let's just try to be civil.
And-
There's people hurt by floods and
Yeah, exactly. These are
tragedies
little
down-
things.
and these things about speeders, and they're important, but there's a lot more out there.
So one thing I want to say, one of our loyal viewers mentioned a great point, guys,
Right.
and is that she's been wanting to ask this, didn't know how to do it, so she asked us if we could do it for her, and it's been asking people to delete their posts once the item is gone, sold, taken.
Very true. I've
So
heard
the
that from
app
other people.
isn't congested with expired posts, so we only have
Right,
up-to-date
that's
things.
nice.
What do you think about that?
That's a great idea.
Great idea. So
Yeah.
that's a
I bet
great.
some
Thanks for
people
that.
don't even know that existed.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't.
we're gonna start doing that. You guys start post. If your dog is found, they thank you. Close it so we don't have to look
If you're
for.
selling something, if it's sold, take it down.
Perfect. That's
Right?
it.
That works.
Big thing.
Well, guys, we made it to episode 10.
Yay.
Episode 10. I'm trying to think if there's anything else just to add. Just thank you.
Thank you, thank you, guys, and here's to 10 more.
I
of
would
these
like
for
to
sure.
thank. I'm gonna actually. We say we're not gonna call people by name, but Bear Matosa, you gave us a great shout out,
Yes.
and you're a great neighbor, and we hope you feel welcome since you moved from up the road into beautiful Santa.
You know what? And in fact, we'd like to invite you to a taping.
Yeah, you just live down the road.
You just live down the road, so you
can
just
come to a taping.
private message us. We'll let you
PM
know,
that.
and we'd
You're
like
on
to
the
have you
board.
on here, man, because that was a very nice post. to
Very
us.
genuine.
So,
Okay?
guys,
I feel like
This is it,
Episode 11.
It's gonna be
around the
epic.
corner, man. We're
Yeah.
just getting bigger.
Hey,
NFL
man.
season.
NFL season. Happy Labor Day.
Be safe, everybody.
And everyone be safe and make sure
neighborly.
you tune in for episode 11. We love you guys.
Pay it forward.
The Neighborhood Watch.
Lay your pretty head